Well, good afternoon, folks. Mel Carmine down here in Costa Rica. And wouldn't you know it, it's exactly 17 minutes to 1 o'clock here in Costa Rica on this beautiful day on May 23rd, 2023, as we continuously battle the New World Order. And listen, there's a lot of noise out there. And I got to say, Emily, where are you? Whiplash, where are you? Okay. I'm going to stay very, very neutral at this point. We're not going to convict anybody. Everybody's innocent, supposedly, until proven guilty. So we're going to go with that model. But the reality is there's a lot of noise out there. So, the best thing to do would be to put out an invitation out to both Emily and Rocky. I'm going to stay neutral. Let them present what they want to present and let the audience decide what the hell is going on here. Okay. Now, personally, the lobster, we were really hot on it early on, but the reality is, as I said to Mr. James Anthony, by the way, is an incredible talent, and I keep telling him that he should focus on being a full-time podcaster because he would be a sensation, and he would be. Not to get off track, guys, the bottom line is if they would come on the show and show what it is they have, the audience would make the decision on who's right, who's wrong. But right now, I can tell you that I've reached out to Rocky. I've reached out to Emily via text, a telephone call this morning, text onto her personal cell phone number. I sent two voice messages directly to her Telegram. I sent her 2 text messages from my Google Voice directly to her cell phone number. No response, 0. Okay, there was absolutely no pulse. And I say, look, if you're not guilty, come to the table. Look, at the end of the day, I like Emily. I don't want to see anything happen to Emily. Okay. I don't really particularly care the fact that she picks on the Jews. I got friends of mine who are Jewish. I take a little bit of offense to that. Okay. I think she should change her tune on that. But look, James Anthony here is going to basically show some stuff that may or may not leave you scratching your head. Basically, you make your own decision on what this is. James Anthony, welcome to the call, brother. I almost keep calling you Mark Anthony for some reason because I can't get rid of that guy's name. I was at a friend of mine's house who lives right next door to Mark Anthony about 4 weeks ago. So anyway, welcome to the show, brother. Show us what you got, and what do you think about this ledger stuff? Do you have any opinions on this ledger uncertainty, this FUD that's going around about ledger? My wife said, "Don't worry about it. Our money's safe." I trust my wife.
Yeah. Well, peace and blessings, everyone. How's everybody doing? It's an honor always to be here with you, Mel. I appreciate the invite. As far as Ledger goes, last year, I saw some stuff floating around where the CEO of Ledger was speaking negatively about Ripple and XRP, calling it the S coin, the banker's coin, so on and so forth. And when that happened, I decided to start switching my assets over to a Descent. Descent wallet is the biometric. I love it. It's hands down the best asset. I mean, the best hardware wallet that I've ever used.
Okay, is that the one with the fingerprint?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that. I love that wallet. But as far as the FUD goes, listen, if they're using a third-party service, which they are, to shard your seed phrase, and I just saw a video this morning where they will give, if the government subpoenas them, they will give it to the government. And so that means that they're openly telling us they will give access to our assets over to the government if a subpoena comes.
If that's true, the government, the American government, the American New World Order government will steal everybody's assets, all of them, not maybe just a little bit, all of them. If that's true.
The fact that he's openly saying that he will give them the assets, he will give them, access to the assets. That right there should be more than enough of, hey, that's it. Case closed, move it to another wallet. I told somebody in my group just within 5 minutes, he came back to me and said, done, moved it all. I was like, wow, that was quick, bro. A little quicker than I would have been able to do that. But, I commend that. Listen, you know what we are, bro? We are pioneers, bro, because we're on the edge of this technology, right? And so because there's no regulation, and that's the main reason why those folks are getting away with what they're getting away with, because technically there's no regulation in this space just yet, bro. There's not. And so they're not doing anything that's against the law, quote unquote. But you and I both know, I mean, especially myself personally, I mean, I lost a lot of money in that lobster deal, a lot of money. And early on, I was telling people, back away from those seized assets.
But
Okay.
most people, James, with all due respect, most people went in with $5 because for like, you know, a dollar worth of XLM, you could buy billions, literally, of assets,
Yep.
right? And people had billions for like pennies, okay?
Yep.
And so, you know, I would say I would venture off, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. 98% of the people really did not get hurt because they probably lost anywhere between, you know, $10 to $100. Okay.
Well, you know what? I would have agreed with you if I didn't read this article just yesterday. And this is an article that I read that a guy who had a legit running business when this whole beer flu thing started, started following the drops and the communities that decode the drops, and got so far into the whole QSI thing, okay, and this is a legit story, that his family started talking to him because they basically wanted to commit him because this is all he was talking about. Long story short, the guy winded up committing suicide because he put over $500,000 into these assets. Okay.
Wow.
And he lost his family's business. I mean, he ruined everything. And so he winded up committing suicide.
But this is a one case, isolated case. This is not the norm.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know if there's more.
But it doesn't matter. Listen, it doesn't matter. If this guy really committed suicide and lost his family's business, you know, and someone is pulling a scam, I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they aren't. I'm saying if someone is pulling a scam, whoever they are, whoever she or he is, hiding or not hiding, someone needs to get clipped, don't you think?
Well, I'll tell you this. I will tell you my honest opinion with the evidence that I've seen is they are running pump and dump, rinse, wash, and repeat scams. And they're doing it because they're telling everyone to hodl, right? Hodl, hodl, hodl. Wait till after the event. We can't make any connections publicly because of the NDAs. I mean, it's such a brilliant, brilliant scam if you think about it. Okay. I mean, they're hiding behind the no regulation and the white hat NDAs. Okay.
So you got all these people putting money in. They're telling them to wait until the event. They're siphoning money out, is what you're saying, correct?
Bro,
And
daily. We can watch it. In fact, I'm going to pull something up in a second here.
Please.
We can watch within a 2-day period them making over 200 grand. With hundreds of sell orders at very small amounts, just so that they're not raising any flags. And that specific wallet was traced back to Whiplash. Now, listen, I'm not going to take credit for any of this evidence because I'm not the one who did the homework, right? It happened to me last year. I backed away. I tried to sound the alarm, but I got shunned. So I backed away because I thought, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. And this is a real thing. But within every lie, there's a hint of truth. And so that's how they keep stringing people along. Right? My only goal to share this information is to hope that we prevent somebody from losing as much as I did. Because
that's why it prompted me to make this video. I would have much rather do this video with Rocky and Emily than just me and you. But I put out the call. The call is out there. Now it's public. Okay. Where are you, Emily? Where are you, Rocky? Okay. You guys are making so much noise on Telegram. And I need you guys to come to the channel and make the noise here on YouTube. Go ahead and show us some of your stuff, please.
So the name of this group is White Hat Army. And I just found it a couple of days ago. Somebody had sent me a voice note singing the same song that I've been singing in my little Telegram group for a few months now. And it struck a note. So I followed the link back to this group and just saw people upset and all voicing their opinion. This group's goal is to expose bad actors in this space. Specifically, they're focusing on Whiplash and Emily. Now, if you guys aren't guilty, then come to the table, okay? Come to the table and
That's what I'm saying.
Explain it and explain your side, okay? Explain your side. Let me pull something up real quick. That really blew my mind. National Gold and Sun Gold on Indus.Gold, 4 CBDCs, DBSA, South Africa, Innova, and BNDS equals Brazil. Okay, so now on the left-hand side, you see what the posts are. Here's the latest full list as of 4/17. And then on the right, you can see that they're promoting Sun Gold Tuesday. WHIP QSI promotes every day and then dumps. Okay. Promotion, dump. You could see here, like here is the proof. You could see it.
Blow it up.
Here.
Blow it up.
It's so mind blowing that I didn't see it before. And you know what? I had some cognitive dissonance, right? And I can admit that, right? These people are using the same tactics that the cabal, that the elites are using on us, that they've been using on us to indoctrinate us. They're just reverse engineering it, right? And then they use things like your intentions can be read. And so that's when people trust even more. Well, okay, I know these people are telling there's no way they can lie if intentions can be read. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't believe that for a second.
Not for a second, bro. Listen, you gotta
be stupid on steroids to believe that
on
shit.
steroids, bro. Okay, this is all biblical. When they say it was biblical, this is really biblical. Okay, we live in a fallen world from the beginning, from the garden. We are all sinners. The only way we're saved is through grace. There's nothing we could do that merits heaven. Obviously, I'm a grateful sinner saved by grace. You know, I have to throw that in there because I am a warrior.
So basically, WHIP QSI tells you to hold, and then what happens? They let it go up, and then they dump out.
Yeah, you can see.
And this is all done, and this you could basically prove this with digital stuff, with digital software, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. You can watch as the dates because they've released certain wallets that belong to them, right? And so these guys have been able to track the wallets according to the dates and watch according to the posts that they're making. So they're promoting. And you notice that they're even still doing it now. Every other day, there's a new asset being dropped in their room. And there's always a few hundred wallets already on, which means everybody's set up to get their payday. And then once they release it, then they could start selling out. As the masses come in, that's when they start scaling out. And they rinse, wash, and repeat. Bro, they're doing this with thousands of assets. This is just one. You want to see something crazy? Here, I'll show you just one. Can you hear this?
March 2022, WHIP began with 923 billion Indus Gold assets. Where you see red is the pump that indicates a
blow
warning.
It up, brother. Blow it up to the size of the screen.
It's the cell.
Blow it up. Blow it up. There you go.
Yellow because it's cowardly. This is the date. This is his address. This is the amount of the asset, the amount in which the asset was sold price-wise. So in this price column, you're going to see the stair step as we scroll down the different prices in which he's selling it at. This is the amount of XLM that he made on each cell. So we're beginning with.
So now that was basically to set the premise, a little context. And now let's go to the end where, and I'll get you links to all of this so that you can put it in your group or you can put it in the description, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, now, give it to Amber, and she'll put it underneath the video. This way everybody has access to it, please.
Yeah, and shout out to the White Hat Army. You know, they've been bringing this along for over a year now, and because I stepped away from this aspect of the space, I didn't even hear it until I just came back. And so now what I'm doing is I'm going to try to take their information and share it. They've reached out to several large influencers with this evidence. So it would behoove you, if you're an influencer of any kind, to get in touch with these guys, because this evidence is real. It's real. Okay, it's tangible.
See these charts.
You see on top the profit 198,000 XLM.
This is just Indus Gold. This
is just one asset. Listen to what he says right here.
So this is what WHIP made.
This
198,000 XLM.
This is what he made on this one asset within the course of 2 days. And what he says is WHIP is taking all your money while slowly lowering the price into the ground. Do you think these are the only ones? The proof is in the ledger.
No, these stair steps.
You just need to learn how to read it.
This is just Indus Gold. This goes on and on and on.
See, he shows
every
it right
asset
here.
that he's ever pumped since the beginning of his account on Telegram. This is what we're looking at. This is one. We have many more. As you can see, this chart, it clearly shows you the pump and then the dump, and then how he does it over and over. This probably reflects that 25,000 XLM that he made, and then again the dump thereafter. Look at the chart and you compare the numbers. This is what you will see over and over on every asset that WIP has posted. So one may say, well, how is this bad? He's just making money. Well, it's bad because while he's promoting these tokens, getting everybody into these tokens under the assumption that they're going to make their money off of all of these seized assets, and they're going to sell these assets. And as they sell these assets, they're going to put the funds from these assets into Indus Gold and the other Indus assets as he promotes daily. Yet he sells them. He pumps them up, then he sells them. He rug pulls.
And then if you go in deeper, you know, there's all kinds of little connections that they've made to show some proof. Now I'm not showing this to promote, to glorify myself in any way. This is solely for the purpose that it'll open up somebody else's eyes, and it'll prevent them from dumping a lot of money into one of these things. Okay,